Hi guys, thank you so much for coming in and watching. If you are new, my name is Ashley and I am going to take you along with me on this pregnancy journey. If the camera is wobbling, it is because it's on my bed and this is just the easiest way to film this way. So if it wiggles, I'm sorry, that's why. I got my kitty cat beside me and I'm leaning back on my bed and I am just going to kind of update you on what's going on. My hair is being weird as usual. It always has some kind of cowlick thing going on in the front, one way or another. I don't know. If you are new, I am a mom of 4 boys. I have a 10-year-old stepson. He doesn't live here, but he is here all the time. So if you are curious because you haven't seen the 4th, that is why. And then I have a almost 8-year-old. He will be 8 in 2 weeks. And then I have a 4.5-year-old and a 1.5-year-old. And now we have just figured out that we are pregnant with baby number 5. So I know that I've been MIA for a long time, and I'm really sorry. It has not been my intention. My intention was actually to take you along every single step of the way and do all of these things, which I still plan on doing. It hasn't been too long in the pregnancy journey to not be able to do that. The first few weeks are just the boring stuff anyways, right? But I am currently 9 weeks and 4 days if I am accurate. Now, let's do a little bit of a backstory and let me tell you, I have not yet been to the doctor with this child. And the reason being is because of COVID and because of all of the things that happened with Joshua switching jobs when he did and the job he switched to and how he switched jobs and the timing, our insurance got all messed up. And in the middle of that, I found out I was pregnant. So that was not the best timing, right? But it's just kind of the way it happened. So I had to reapply and do all of these different things and let them know I was pregnant after the fact, after I'd already applied for regular insurance, and then, oh yes, I am pregnant. I do need maternity this and maternity that and blah, 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 and extra coverage here, all of those kinds of things. So I had to reapply. There's a kitty. And so now we're just waiting. We're playing the waiting game. Because of all of this as well, it's kind of taking longer, I guess. I don't know, than usual, because there's a lot of people, I guess, that are, I don't know. I don't know. But it's just taking a long time. And I've had to go back and forth and give them all of this different stuff and documentation and then do this and that and this and that. And now I'm just waiting, playing the waiting game on them to send my card. So when they send my insurance card or my insurance number, which they have done neither, then I can go to the doctor. It is what it is. It's fine. A similar situation actually happened with Alaric. I was changing insurances and found out I was pregnant with him as well. So it's happened to me before. You think I would have learned, but it wasn't really our doing, right? So anyways, I haven't yet been to the doctor, but as far as I know, it should be pretty dang accurate. I am 9 weeks and 4 days. I could be a little bit more. I could be a little bit, I'm not less. If anything else, I'm a little bit further along than that, but probably not by much. That's probably pretty dang accurate. And so if that is correct, then I should be due around Mother's Day. So I think Mother's Day is like the 9th or the 10th or something, and my due date is calculated to be the 14th if I am accurate. Okay, so with that being said, I have been having a lot of trouble. I mean, obviously, because I've been MIA this entire time, right? So what the heck's been going on? I have been more sick with this baby than I have. This is my 4th pregnancy, and I have been sick with this one worse than any other. I always tend to have a little bit of migraines with my babies because I am prone to migraines anyways. And so when I'm pregnant, just the added hormones and everything make me have them more often. And so I know that's how I found out I was pregnant with Tristan, because I was just having migraine after migraine after migraine. And I finally was like, oh my gosh, I'm pregnant. That's what's going on. And then with Killian, I think I only had a couple. Not really, it wasn't really that big of a deal. With Alaric, I had a couple of really, really bad ones, especially one, and I'll get to that in a second. And then with this one, I just have headaches all the flipping time. I have headaches all the time. I am so sick all the time. And it's not just the way I feel, it is that I'm sick all the time, like morning, noon, night, anytime in between. I just feel sick. It can hit me at any point in the day. It can hit me all day long and never stop. It's just been really bad, and it's hard for me to like talk for a long period of time because I feel like I'm gonna throw up, and it's hard for me to like get up and move and do anything and like be gun-ho and get stuff done. It's just been horrible. And then with migraines, it just hits you at any time, like you don't know. It could be, you could be feeling the best in the world, and then the next second you have a migraine. I'm prone to migraines anyways. I've had them since I was a teenager. I used to have them a lot more often than I do now. I was even put on medication for them, but I stopped taking it because it just had bad side effects for me, and I tried it a couple of different kinds, and they just didn't help unless I took them at just the right moment anyway. And so I just stopped taking it altogether. But yes, so I've been having them more often with this pregnancy. And I have had one, it's called a hemiplegic migraine. It's a certain kind. I do believe that's the way you say it. And it is terrifying. I've had two of them in my life. I have had one when I was pregnant with Alaric and one when I was pregnant this time. It's very rare, and yeah, I've had two of them. I hope I never have one again because it's awful. The first time it happened with Alaric, I had no idea what that was. I had never had one before. Okay, they heard a noise at the door. I don't know exactly what I was saying, but when it first happened to me with Alaric, I had never had that before. I never knew what that was. I had no idea at all. And so what happens is that you just feel like a regular migraine. You see the aura. With me, I know that it's coming before the pain ever hits me because I can't see anything. So my vision starts to get really blurred. I can't speak, so I'm trying to communicate, but my words are getting muddled, or I am trying to speak and they're backwards, like my words are backwards. I'm trying to read and I'm reading backwards, like all of this kind of stuff is happening, and I can't communicate the way that I'm trying to. Like, I can think it in my head, but when I try to say it, it comes out wrong. So I'm out of breath just from getting up and going to checking that. That is so sad. Anyways, I feel that, and then I start to not be able to see. Everything is super, super bright. Everything is blurry. It's kind of shaky. And then it starts getting dark, and I start blacking out. Like, everything is just like super fuzzy and weird looking. It's like the Twilight Zone. It's horrible. And then everything is so, so bright and painful, and then the pain starts to come. So it feels like a very, very sharp pain. It's usually on one side of my head or the other, and it hurts in one eye all the way back to the back of my head. And it is a sharp shooting pain, almost like somebody sticking an ice pick into your head. That's what it feels like. And the pain is just excruciating. But worse than the pain in your head is the fact that you can't see and everything's super, super bright. And it makes me sick. It makes me throw up. It makes me dizzy. I can't do anything. I can't see. I can't walk. I can't move. It's just horrible. Those are the kind of migraines that I have. So they're very debilitating. I can't function when I have them. I have to lay down in the dark and just hope I can just suffer through it. Now, when you are pregnant, there's not really a lot of medications that you can take. If you suffer with really, really bad migraines and the pain is just too bad, then your OBGYN will often allow you to take Excedrin or allow you to take some kind of prescription medicine, but it's really not recommended. And I could be completely different than you are, but when I am pregnant, I go by the philosophy of I don't put things into my body that are even not recommended. I just don't. If it's not recommended, I don't put it in my body. I don't like to take things if I don't absolutely have to, and I'm not going to do it. If it's my pain and the pain is not hurting the baby, if it's just hurting me and not hurting the baby, I'm not going to do anything else to risk the baby's health. Like, I'm just not. I'll suffer through it. I don't care what I have to go through. I'll do it. As long as it's not hurting the baby, I'll suffer, because I'm not taking a risk of hurting my child. I'm just not going to do it. And that's just the way I feel. Whether it's something simple as, that's why I monitor my caffeine intake. I'm really careful about that. Whatever, even the smallest little things that they tell you not to do that probably really aren't that big of a deal, I still abide by those because I want to make sure that my child's okay. And that's just how I feel about it. So with that being said, I've just had to suffer through all of those. So I have, the hemiplegic migraine. In addition to all of those symptoms, your one side of your body, whichever side that the migraine is on, and if you've ever had migraines, you know it's usually one side or the other. Like, you can tell which side it's on. That side of your body, from your toes all the way up, goes completely numb. Most of the time, to the extent of you feel like you've had a stroke, like you're paralyzed on that side, like you can't feel it. It to me feels like if you have ever laid on your arm and fallen asleep for hours, and then you woke up and you literally could not move your arm, like you were telling it to move but it wasn't responding, and it didn't even feel like your arm, it felt like someone else's arm attached to you, and you were just like, oh my God, what's happened to my arm? And you started to freak out, but it's just because you've been laying on it and you've cut the circulation off of it for so long. That's what it feels like on your entire body. Or it doesn't have to be that extreme. It could be that it's just like pins and needles and it just feels asleep. Like a really extreme version of being asleep, like pins and needles. It feels really weird, really numb feeling. But with me, I can't even walk on it. Like, I can't lift up my arm. I can't do anything. I can't walk on my leg. Whatever side it's on is just, it's done. And for me, both times that this has happened to me, it has lasted about 45 minutes. Some people it lasts hours. And I even read where some people it lasts like 24 hours. I can't. So the first time that ever happened to me, I was having my good old regular horrible migraine, and then that happened, and I literally thought I was going to have to call the ambulance because I was alone with the boys. It was when I was pregnant with Alaric, and I was alone with the boys, and Jaron was here, so I was alone with all three of the other boys, and Joshua wasn't here. He was at work, and I couldn't see to text him, and I couldn't talk very well and communicate. I had to tell Tristan, like, if I pass out, because I'll pass out with migraines. Like, the pain gets so bad, I will pass out sometimes. And so we have to have the conversation. Like, if I'm having a super bad one, we have to have the conversation. If mommy passes out, you just dial daddy's number and let him know that mommy has passed out and she needs his help. And that's just kind of how we have to go with it, because there is a possibility. It hasn't happened. I've only passed out when I was by myself with them once. And I believe that was because of a really bad migraine. But yeah, it happens. And so, anyways, when I was pregnant with Tristan, Joshua used to look on the floor when he came home because I would pass out with migraines a lot when I was pregnant with him. The pain was just so bad that I would just pass out. Hold on, please. So I have had these migraines lately. I haven't had one in almost an entire week, so that is very, very good. And other than that, it's really just been, apparently there was an issue with his butt. I mean, it just is what it is. Mom life. That's the whole point of this video, right? So, anyways, other than those symptoms, that's really what I've been struggling with. Obviously, it's hard for me to function day to day when I'm having horrible, debilitating migraines and terrible morning sickness that makes me want to die. And it's really hard for me to like fix food for them and do all of the normal mom things because I feel green, just green all the time. But that's getting a little bit better for me. I think last like a week to a week and a half ago, it started to get a little bit better, and I thought, oh, and then it got worse again, and then it got better, and it's been kind of just steady since. So this I can deal with. I feel queasy. I feel I have a little bit of a headache. Um, Pretty much all of the time, but it's not like really bad. And part of that is allergies and just the change in seasons as well. I mean, it's just normal. But other than that, I can deal with this. Like, I can deal with a little bit of a headache and I can deal with a little bit of morning sickness if I'm not just completely miserable. And so it's been tolerable for the past few days. So I'm hoping that I'm on the uphill, you know, or I'm on the downhill part of this battle with the whole sickness thing. Um, they usually say that there's a spike between like 7 weeks and 11 weeks, and I'm almost 10 weeks, so I don't know, maybe. We'll see. Um, Other than that, I have a little bit of a bump, and I'll try to show it to you if I can do it without wiggling in the camera. But I have a little bit of a bump. It's not anything significant. It, of course, just like every other pregnancy, if you've ever been pregnant before, it grows more in the night. Like the more you eat, the more it grows. And then when you wake up in the morning, it goes back down again. It's gotten to the point now where when I wake up in the morning, it's not completely flat, but it's not significant. It's just a little bitty tiny pooch when I wake up in the morning, and then by the time I go to bed, it's a little bit of a bump. So we've gotten to that point. Honestly, I don't feel like I'm that big. I feel like with Alaric, my belly showed super fast. My mom was like, I think it's twins because you're just showing so big so fast. I don't really feel like it's that big this time, or either maybe it's just the same as it was before. Maybe I've been pregnant so many times I just don't even think about it. But my stomach is different than it was before pregnancy. So, yeah, so I have just a little bit of a pooch here. I'll try to show it to you if I can do it without messing with the camera. See? So we got a pooch going on. Um, it is uncomfortable for me to wear like blue jeans, but it is not impossible. I can still wear them, but it just gets a little bit uncomfortable. And we just got a little bump going on. So when I wake up in the morning, it's a little bit more flat than this, and it hasn't like filled out to that really like hard part. But you can see like even with my shirt, it's a little bump. And I don't have a bump without pregnancy. I'm blessed that my tummy has so far, with the other 3 children, gone back to normal, and I have been, you know, just me. Um, so right now it says that my baby is as big as a green olive, and then in just a few days when I am 10 weeks, it will be as big as a prune. So just a little baby. It's finally starting to not look so much like an alien and actually look like a human being now. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see him or her. I can't wait to feel him or her. Um, if you guys have had multiple pregnancies, then you know that usually when you have had more than one pregnancy, the cat is yawning. He's so lazy. You are so lazy. You're just a lazy baby. Are you lazy? You're so sweet and lazy and fluffy and soft. Um, if you've had more than one baby, you usually feel it a little bit earlier than you did your first one. So I think, I can't exactly remember how, I think I felt Alaric move at about 12 weeks, I want to say. It could even been earlier than that, but usually they say that you don't feel them until like 16 weeks or beyond, but it was much earlier with Alaric, and I think it was earlier than that with Killian as well. But with Tristan, I felt him move at the, normal average time. Now he wants more attention. But with the other ones, it's gotten a little bit earlier. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I don't know if I've gained any weight yet. I have not. I haven't stepped on the scale. I was about 123, 124 pounds before I got pregnant. So we'll see how much weight I gain. I'm kind of interested to know. I was 145 pounds the day I had Killian, and I was 145 pounds the day I had Tristan, and they both weighed 7 pounds and 7 ounces. I was 152 pounds when I gave birth to Alaric, and he was born a week earlier than they were, and he was 7 pounds and 2 ounces. So if he would have went that extra week, he probably would have weighed the same. I always hate that because I'm like, man, I wanted them all to weigh the same, so I wonder what it would have been like if he would have went that extra week. But I was ready for him to be there, and my body was like, okay, it's time. So I just went into labor naturally with Alaric. But anyways, I think that's pretty much it. I am doing better, so hopefully these videos will start coming out more and I will be able to do more vlogs. I have gotten some vlog footage, so I don't know in relation to that footage which one will go up first. I'll probably put this one up first because it'll be easier to edit and then put the other ones up. But I just wanted to give you guys an update and let you know I am still here. I'm still alive and everything's going good. It's just sick. It's just a little bit of sickness, and my hair is doing this flippy thing, and I've tried to fix it twice, and it's driving me absolutely bonkers. I can't stand it. Either be straight or don't, but don't be in between. I can't. But anyways, I think that's pretty much it. I am going to get off of here, and I'm going to go edit this and put this up, hopefully, and I really hope that you enjoyed. I know that I've kind of been gone, and some of you have emailed me, and some of you have Instagrammed me, and some of you have Facebooked me, and some of you have even texted me asking if I'm okay. I am okay. I just am not okay. I haven't been very okay, but I am on the mend and getting better, so it is all worth it. I don't know if this is a boy or girl, but it doesn't matter. Either way, it is loved and wanted and appreciated. So I'll be over the moon in love with whoever it is, he or she. Yep. So we'll start talking baby names soon because I do have, we have a baby name picked out for a boy and we have a baby name picked out for a girl. We pick names very quickly. We usually pick names very early on. So I'll be able to talk about that soon. We are going to do a gender reveal, and I'm going to do it on this channel, so that will be super fun as well. So we have fun things coming, and hopefully they'll be without morning sickness. So thank you guys so much for your love and support and encouragement. I truly could not do it without you. This is the whole reason why I am here, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.